Hello and welcome back to Terrorhand, where we are looking at the greatest achievement ever in Terrorhandian kingdoms being in existence, stuff and things. You know, the Great Terror Hall, the one so big and secret project. We are looking at it because it's the best thing to look at in our kingdom, at least in my opinion. Now, last time we were doing stuff over here. We were digging a shaft, so to say, because we are on the hunt for new materials. And I intend to finish that today, or at least make a good headway. But, there is a but, we have something to do before we continue on with the great dig up there. And that is that last time we had ourselves a nomad. We have welcomed Halgrim to the fortress, but the one thing that we forgot to do was assign Halgrim his own personal quarters, which is what I think we should do right now. So let me see. I believe that if we do it like this, we can then assign this to Mr. Halgrim here at the bottom of the list. There, Halgrim, you now have your own room worth 4,000 kingdom value thing measures. Anyway, that's your room now. Congrats, mate. As for us having to go over here, as you can see, I have set up some zonings over here, and that is because I'm not doing this for the first time. Unfortunately, I recorded this once before. We were almost done, and then the game crashed, and of course, stupid me didn't save it, because as it happens, you know, as of late, things I record don't turn out well. So anyway, I am going to take lessons from that and save frequently in between. But it does mean that we have to do our digging all again, so therefore I did set up some zonings. So, well, you know, having said that, I think there isn't much else for us left to do other than start digging over here. So that is exactly what we're going to do. So yeah, enjoy the time lapse. Alrighty, well, this is done right now, or almost, and as it happens, we have also just killed off a wave of sneaky enemy goblins and ogres and greenskins. Yes, we've laid down a massacre, which isn't that hard really with the trickler, but now that we are looking at deceased enemies, there's something else that I've discovered whilst we were building the Great Terror Hall. And that is that over here, all this wheat that we got is a kind of good place for wheat golems to spawn. Now, during the winter, our wheat supplies got back pretty much still here, but just before winter, it's at its largest, and that's when we start to see some, well, more intense wheat golem spawning, which usually should not be a problem, a single wheat golem. But when we get two, it could actually become dangerous. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna change the training schedule of the blind dungs a little. Since they're golem fighters anyway, we might as well you know, give them some live practice. Not really at the strongest foes or anything, but hold on a second. I need a patrol route. That's what I need. So we're gonna have them patrol over here, just around the field basically, so that we can get them to intercept any golem activity that we're seeing. So we'll call this Golem Watch. And the blind dogs are on it, at least till the end of winter when supplies are at its lowest. I kind of want this, you know, from like halfway through summer till the end of winter. I want this to be secured, basically. So that's why we're taking these measures. I don't want any deaths, because we are careless about our own activity. Also, can I glass wave into the first? And we've done that, so there. That should put the blind dunks to watch and automatically kill off any golems that we have over here. Obviously, the blind dunks are only 3, so we could see it being a little bit undermanned, but any one member of them should be able to handle a wheat golem with ease. And with 3 squad members, I think we'll have most of the time someone patrolling over here. So, having set that up, I guess it is time that we start doing our next bit of digging. And of course, there is this cave shenanigan over here. Let me see, cave shenanigan. It's not over there. It's also not over there. Yeah, here it is. So now, where are we gonna start digging? My suggestion is from over here and then upwards. So from like minus 53 towards minus 17. That's a good chunk. I say we just get on with it. What I'll do is I'll zone stuff out and I'll leave the cave. I'll leave that separate for the time being. So, you know, I'll leave like a marker up there right before we attack that cave, because I have a strategy for it. And, well, as I said, it isn't the first time I record this. So I know the strategy will work. That is, if the game doesn't crash. But I have saved already before. So I'll do some zoning and we'll be back in a short bit, ready to continue doing some more digging. Alright, and we have reached the, well, point where the cave is about to start. Now, it should be the case that, yeah, the cave starts over here. So what we need to do is we need to dig out this level over here. And I'll cancel the the ring around here, because it was just a marker for me. Oops, I'm fiddling around with the hotkeys here. So if we cancel this and then continue the digging, as if they ever reach it up here, we should lay down some preparations, because I do have a plan for how to tackle this cave. It's not very complicated, but it does require some military guardianship. let me put it like that, because of course we don't want to take any risks, and we don't want any gnomes dying because of sudden enemies that spawn. Because you never know how big this cave is, though I do know from first-hand information that this cave isn't particularly big. As I've said, I've done this before, so... Now come on, you gnomes, go up here and dig this out. Look at them go. Right, okay, so here it is. Here is the plan. What we're gonna do is we're gonna assign ourselves a guard room over here, which will house the... oh crap, wait. Which will house the Broodshanks. They will be the ones keeping our gnomes safe whilst we start uncovering the cave. So they'll be on guard duty over here. That does mean that we have some suboptimal, well, trickler defenses for the time being, but I hope this operation doesn't take too long. So yeah, there it is, the plan laid bare before you, and I guess we just have some more digging to do. So here it goes. Alright, ladies and gentlemen, it seemed that we have reached our, well, other part of our column, basically. All that we need to do is just dig out a few things and, you know, build a few torches. Now, however, comes the very long stretch that we need to do, all the way to down over here. Now, currently, what we don't have is a path leading towards this place, so I guess that should be our first priority, is to actually dig ourselves a pathway all the way over here. And that means that, I mean, we'll be pretty much going upwards from here, but imagine our gnomes have to travel all this way, you know, to get, oh, and then even traverse it over here. They'll have to travel all this way just to get to the digging area, which, well, as you can still see, still going strong. I mean, this is some heavy used stuff right now, and it all comes out over here, so I imagine that what we'll see over here is our gnomes using this pathway quite a lot. So they'll be using the secret stair entrance here a lot. I don't mind that, but oh well. Anyway, I guess what we have to do right now is to go all the way down, to over here, and do ourselves some digging. So let me just zone out a few things, and we'll be back in a minute, ready to start digging. Alright, ladies and gentlemen, we have reached the upper echelons of where the dig all started so long ago. All we need to do is some digging and we will be here. Now, as for what the rest of what we need to do, there's a couple of things, and let me just pause the game quickly. So first of all, what we need to do is we need to make sure that we get access to this lava over here. Now, I'm not entirely sure how it works with enemies spawning in caves, but I'm pretty sure that enemies can spawn so long as they can reach the Great Hall. At least, you know, way back in the beta, that's how it worked. So we're gonna operate under the assumption that that still holds true today. Now, as for the rest, my plan is pretty simple, hopefully also effective. Basically, what we're gonna do is we're just gonna dig a straight trench over here. And then we'll have like a small 4x4 puddle here, so that if we do make our new material successfully, then at least we'll have a few bits of them. Now, there is severe risk involved with this, because what could happen is that the moment we have access over here, this whole cave starts to fill up with beetles. I believe I recall somewhere that because it was considered a bug, that has been fixed some time ago. But basically what would happen was that beetles would spawn in places where you could not get them. They can reproduce themselves, and because you wouldn't even notice they were here, you would get beetle swarms of thousands of beetles. And well, for one, beetles are strong. For two, thousands of beetles will bog down the game to such a frame rate that it becomes absolutely unplayable. So, yeah, I think all we need to do really here is just start digging the trenches, basically. So that's what we're gonna do. I think it's best if we go like this. I guess that would be the way to go. That does not lead us to any access from anywhere else other than going through the lava over here. But of course, who's gonna do that? And we will dig away in this tile there, so that option is only there briefly. So yeah, I guess we got some digging to do over here, don't we? So yeah, no, it's looking good. I was just, you know, thinking like, are we doing the right thing over here and all that? But no, I believe we are. So though what I would love to is to have a torch over here. But unfortunately, I know that, well, I guess what we could do is dig it too wide. That way we can build a torch over here. Let's see, torch. And if we build it over here, then it will shine its light across the corridor. And also not interfere with our plans for the lava. So now, just to make sure that, you know, the game doesn't crash on me and all this is for nothing, I will save it. And yeah, I guess we got some more digging to do here. Alright, no massive spawn of beetles yet, but who knows when that will come, right? I do imagine, though, that the gnomes will be far better able to get to over here now that they have this basically long shaft of direct access, so at least that's what I think. Now, let us continue over here. What we do need to do is do some digging. And then, well, I guess after that we just start digging it down over there, so, alright. Alright, well, the digging is done. I guess all that we need to do is let the lava in. But before we do that, we'll keep it nice and contained for the time being over here. I mean, how much is in there? Can I see? Oh, 97. We have plenty to work with. And we can always, if we run out of lava over here, we can always just you know, drop down a level and we will have more. Anyway, what we're gonna have to do right now is actually do quite a lot of digging, as we'll have to dig out every corner bit over here. So I guess I have some job assignings to do. See you in a bit. Alrighty, now every job is assigned, so I do believe that, if anything... Oh, we actually seem to be having mans. Man, by the time I'm up there, they will be already dead, so... Oh, mans do not pose a threat. However, there is one thing that I did discover whilst we were digging our shaft, actually. Which is over here. Now this is, ladies and gentlemen, a very odd and peculiar stockpile. As it stands, there is a eternal... Oh wow, no, I see what the issue is. All our all our wheelbarrows are over here. Oh my good lord. How many freaking wheelbarrows do we have? Wow. I see what's happening over here. Apparently, the wheelbarrows are counted towards the stockpile. So this stockpile, because I noticed that our foods were going up like crazy, and that was all because the wheelbarrows were still there. But when I look at this, and I take a look at the contents... Look, this is crazy for a one-tile stockpile, but wow, I guess you can store anything like this, you know, in any quantity that you'd want. But let us take a look at the amount of wheelbarrows that we have, because certainly this is a bit hexy, and I don't know, but I have a feeling that the game might crash, you know. These are kind of like the things that I imagine are not intended to work like this. Let me see, is it crafts? No, it's not. Oh, speaking about crafts, now that we're not really using bones anymore. Now, where would a wheelbarrow actually be if not over here? There it is. And we only have 70 wheelbarrows! I mean, what else could we need, right? Yeah, about that. Oh man, that's crazy. I mean, how many do we actually need? I believe we have a wheelbarrow storage over here. Don't we? Mobile stockpile. I believe the wheelbarrows are stored over here. And here we can have plenty for all the realm to use, really. I mean, there's axes there, pickaxes there. I don't think we really need many more wheelbarrows, so we might actually sell some off, but we'll do that after winter, because as you've noticed, it is winter right now, and I don't really want to sell off any, you know, all our food that is contained in the wheelbarrows, so... Anyway, yeah, we need to do two things still, even, and that is, for one, we need to set up our bone crafter, man. Which are not located there. Oh man, I don't even know where our bone crafter stuff is. Wasn't it somewhere... No, this was the... Wasn't it somewhere over here? No, this was the storage. That's for stone. Somewhere here. Yeah, there it is. Look, we will put that off the suspense so we can start making statuettes again for our great treasure room. Over here, which is currently not that full of treasure, but the few treasures that are here. The Crow Hummer. And wow, these must all be legendary, because I've kept the legendary ones, yeah. Show Botherer. And what do we have here? The Tower Hogger. Snot Bloater. Oh man. The Fur of Treaties. Wow, fancy names, man, for legendary statuettes. Now, what we need to do is something over here. See, we have this T over here, and we have paths that seem to be leading over here. What we're gonna build here is not just anything. We're gonna build something here that is epic. We are going to build a bridge over here. A bridge that will fit very well with the styling of the bridge here. So, yeah, I guess we got a little bit more building to do then, don't we? We seem to be having an issue over here. I don't know who you exactly are, soldier, but I do see something very concerning that is completely out of how it should be. Oh, it's Adrian, actually. We checked up on him not that long ago, and I'm pretty sure that he wasn't wearing the Horn Spirit, a legendary bronze shield made by Cyber. I mean, it's not bad because it's legendary, but I'd like it to be legendary steel, if you please. Now, I believe we should have access of that, but anyway, what we have over here, ladies and gentlemen, is our bridge. A golden bridge with platinum statues on it. Yeah, this is the Great Hall, so nothing is too excessive in terms of spending. Now, as it stands for what we are going to do, we have things to do, and at the same time, we don't really have that much to do. Now, as far as the lava goes into our nice shaft over here, I mean, all that we need to do basically is dig the last step out over here in a period when we know that there will be no mans or goblins coming anytime soon. Like, if the mans would attack like now, that would be the perfect time to start digging out this stuff over here. Once that's done, though, basically we can't really do that much other than wait for the rain to come and drop all the way down to over here, where I shall then unleash the lava onto this section, and yeah, that's basically it, you know. And the other very, very big thing that we need to do is, and I'm on my way, but I wish there was a faster way of traveling over here. The other thing that we need to do is, yeah, hold on, this is the view. The other thing that we need to do is actually decorate the Great Hall. We need furniture, we need seats, we need statues, bookcases, cabinets, pillars and everything to make this truly the Great Terror Hall. However, as you can see, things don't really go that quick, so what I'll probably do, also because it will probably require loads of resources and I might need to go after stuff and whatnot, I think I'll do this off camera, you know. I will set this all up to be the greatest and grandest and mightiest and glorious of, well, all the great halls out there. But just, you know, waiting for things to finish is really boring to watch, so I'll do it off camera. But of course, you will be here when the results are done, and also when we will have our new material, you will be witnessing that. But yeah, I don't know when that video is gonna be made, because I can only imagine that this is gonna take a hell of a lot of time. So it might be a good while before the Great Hall is finished, but rest assured, it will be finished. And on that bombshell, I'd say, join me next time when we will play more Gnomoria.